first type of pattern that we'll be talking about that I find being the easiest is the linear pattern. So a linear pattern, it is having something here. A linear pattern, it's having something called a common difference. So a common difference is calculated in this form. It's when you calculate between two consecutive numbers. Let's say you are having a pattern here. In this pattern you have term 1, in this pattern you have term 2, you have term 3, you have term 4. So for you to calculate the common difference now, it's this. Is that term 2 you subtract it from here, and then term 3 you subtract it from term 2, and then term 4 subtract it. So these things you can have your zigzag. So in this zigzag, when you subtract term 2 from term 1, they must all give you what? D. And then when you subtract term 3 from term 2, they must give you what? D. And then when you subtract term 4 from term 3, they must also give you what? D. So this D is called what? It's now called a common difference, because it will be what? It will be having the same number. This will be what? The same number. So once you are having the same number there, you get to know that this is what? It's a common difference. So a common difference formula is like D is denoted by D now. To say D is equal to term 2 minus term 1. So something about common difference that maybe I'll try to explain that will help you in other complex questions is that a common difference, once it's a linear pattern, it is having the same common difference. Once they're saying arithmetic in grade 10, but in grade 8 and 9 it says linear. Once it's a linear pattern or linear sequence, what you get to notice is that they will be having the same difference. So a difference is like you calculating a range. But the difference between a range and a common difference now, it is because now a common difference is between two consecutive numbers, but a range is between what? A maximum and a minimum. So here, that's the difference. It means that now the thing about a common difference that you'll notice is that D is what? T2 minus T3, and then D can be what? T3 minus T2, and then D can be what? T4 minus T3. So this whole, they are just different in the number of terms, but they must give you the same what? The same number when you subtract between the consecutive numbers. Something called what? A general formula. So a general formula now, it's denoted as Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 D. So this is the general formula for what? For a linear pattern. So this formula is what we use now if ever now you have to predict within the pattern to say that what will be term 100. Because now if ever you had to, let's say you needed term 100, it means you would be there writing term 3, term 4. So you would be overlapping your page when if ever you have. But this formula now, it helps you to predict the upcoming or the other terms that you are asked to find within the term, within the linear pattern. So this A here, it has a meaning, and then you see now this D is still there. So this D already we have talked about it to say it's a common difference. So then this A here is what? Is T1, or first term of the sequence. First term of the pattern. Let's now call it a pattern for now. So this A is T1, meaning the first term of the pattern. So now once they say find the general formula, it means that now you need to use your knowledge of finding what? The common difference. And then after finding the common difference, you identify the term 1. And then after identifying the term 1, you substitute your values, and then but then this formula you can use this one, or also use this other one, this worked out one. So the worked out one is that this one now will multiply here, and this will multiply here. D multiplied by n, D multiplied by n minus 1 multiplied by D plus A. So what will happen is that dn minus D plus A. So you can either use this as a formula or you use this as a formula.